Hi Aries, I'm Anisha. You can write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. You can also visit my website www.tarotbyanisha.com. And this is your monthly forecast for April 2014. Aries, as we begin this month, we have one of the most momentous aspect that's happening. In fact, I think it is one of the biggies of this entire year. It's the Grand Cardinal Cross that is happening on the third week of April. Four planets are going as what we can call a face off. The four planets are Mars, Jupiter, Pluto, and Uranus, and they're going to be squaring each other at approximately 13 degrees each. Squares, as in when that they form, are known to be causing some amount of friction, some amount of tension, and especially now that we have four major planets which are going to be squaring to each other, there is some amount of an upheaval, some amount of a chaos that can be expected. Besides a political turmoil and some amount of an effect even happening at the stock market, there could also be a lot of tussle as to whereas personal freedom is concerned. However, this aspect is more so going to be affecting all the cardinal signs. We have Aries, Libra, Cancer, and Capricorn, which are going to be more so be affected by this. However, it's not all gloom and doom. I think the important thing to focus on about this cardinal cross is that eventually the onus lies on us. No longer are things going to carry on the same old way. No longer are whether it's a pattern of the way that you think, the way that you behave, whether it is your workplace, whether it is your closest relationship, it is going to be changing things forever. So it's a biggie. But like I said, once the debris settles down, you are going to be emerging a more I will say a more stronger you, but somebody who has a different perspective and somebody who is more clear and more happy about as to what is it that he or she wants out of life. So let's have a look at what April has in store for you. We begin this month with a new moon that was there in your sign, and this happened about last week of March, and there's some amount of effect as we begin April. And it's all about self expression, it's about self belief. It is how it is that you project yourself, it is how it is that you want to be seen. It also speaks about not just subconsciously wanting to change yourself, but even physically. A lot of you may go in for a wardrobe change or maybe make some change to your physical appearance. Also, at this point of time, I think you would like to be more vocal, not just like, in fact, a lot of you will be quite vocal. However, it is some bit of a bumpy ride between 9th to 14th, wherein that where Venus aligns with Neptune, and Venus being the goddess of love and Neptune being the planet of spirituality, illusions, dreams. It's going to be causing a haze over you. You may not be able to think very clearly, and a lot of you may be idolizing a lot of it. I think it could have to do with your closest relationships. Maybe it has to do with a long-term relationship wherein that you have always sort of thought that this is how things are going to be, or this is how it is meant to be, and now I think it may not be holding true, so to speak. It can also be for some of you who get into new romantic alliances around this point of time, that you could be really idolizing your partner. You could be putting that person on a pedestal and saying that, oh, I've met the love of my life and I'm going to get married to this person. However, I would caution you to stay, just hold on to your horses for a bit till about end of April or beginning of June, and just wait till the time the debris settles down, and you'll have more clarity once Neptune sort of passes over. We also have a lunar eclipse that's there around the 15th, and it's going to be making you feel a bit emotional. Especially, again, this has to do with somebody who's extremely close to you, and you're going to be, I think, going to be upset about certain things, and I think it's nothing really bad, but I think you could be just maybe over analyzing and over feeling things, so to speak. third week of April, and we have the Grand Cardinal Cross. And Aries, for you, especially when you have Uranus, that's a planet of unconventionality, sudden movement. You may do or may say something which is totally out of character for you. So try and be a little careful. Also, with Mars, your ruling planet being there in your sign, you could be feeling a little bit more aggressive than usual. It says quite a bit. So try not to sort of rush into things and say or do things or throw up things um, in a whimsy. But that said, I think for a lot of you, this could also be a time wherein that you realize that this is not what you want for yourself, or for your life, and it could be maybe a work scenario, where you have been struggling for a while and you've just been going on and on and on saying, okay, it pays bills, let me go and do my work and put my head down. So you may just decide to throw up your job and do something really different. And similarly, closest relationship, if things have not been really great, you may just decide to call it quits and start afresh. However, like I said, there is the Uranus and the Pluto square. It really highlights the relationships that you have at work. So it's really relationships, not just with your closest partners, but it is also with the people whom you work. So the key word for you this month, Aries, is cooperation. It's very important to see the other person's point of view. Try not to sort of rushing into things, bulldozing people and telling them, no, I know what is best and I know how it needs to be done. Just step back, take a breath, and be a little careful with your speech, be a little gentle with your speech, rather. Overall, I would say it would quite be an eye opener this month. So hold on to your seat belts. It's going to be a great April. So have a good month. I'll see you again in June. And thank you so much for watching.